Have you ever wondered if finding the one is just a matter of dumb luck or if it's a skill you can actually get good at? Well, today we're going to dive into a blueprint that reframes the search for love not as a game of chance, but as a deliberate, thoughtful journey. Let's get into it. All right, let's just start by stating the obvious. Finding a real, lasting connection in today's world is tough. I mean, between the dating apps, the endless options, and all the pressure, it's so easy to feel like you're the only one finding it hard. But trust me, you are definitely not alone. So this brings us to the big question, right? Why is choosing a life partner, arguably one of the biggest decisions you'll ever make, so ridiculously difficult? Let's unpack that a little. Okay, get ready for this number. 60%. A full 60% of couples who get married between the ages of 20 and 25 end up getting divorced. Wow. That's a staggering statistic, and it just goes to show how high the stakes really are. And when you think about it, it kind of makes sense. We spend years in school learning algebra, memorizing historical dates. But when it comes to the one decision that will probably impact our happiness more than anything else, we get almost no training. We're just supposed to figure it out. Now, this lack of preparation becomes a huge deal, especially in our 20s. It creates what you might call the 20-something dilemma. And there's a really deep psychological reason why this particular stage of life is so critical when it comes to relationships. The psychologist Erik Erikson actually gave this struggle a name: intimacy versus isolation. He said it's the main conflict we face as young adults. It's this deep, powerful drive to connect with someone set against the very real fear of being left alone if we can't make it work. And you can see it right here in the data. The risk of divorce is just sky high for those who marry young. But look at what happens after age 25. The risk drops a lot. It really shows that having a little more life experience under your belt can make a massive difference down the road. But here's the thing. It's not just about waiting longer. It's about loving smarter. So let's pivot away from the problem and start talking about a solution. A really empowering framework from psychologist Dr. Lasater that's all about using both your head and your heart. And I really want to be clear about this. Loving smarter doesn't mean being cold or turning love into a business transaction. Not at all. The whole idea is to actually enhance the emotional side by pairing that raw, necessary vulnerability with some good, old-fashioned, clear-headed thinking. Dr. Lasater breaks this whole thing down into a super practical 3-part plan: smart, happy, and love. It's like a roadmap. First, you use your head. Then, you understand your heart. And only then are you truly ready to merge your life with someone who's right for you. So first up is smart. This is the logical part. Think of yourself as a detective investigating your own love life. It's about looking at your past relationships without judgment and asking, what were the patterns, what actually worked, and what really, really didn't? This helps you separate what you truly need from what you're just afraid of.
Then comes happy, and this is where the heart work happens. It's about finally processing the pain from past breakups instead of just burying it. You've got to figure out what your core emotional needs are, and this part is so important, it's about taking ownership of your choices so you can stop repeating the same painful mistakes.
So after all that work on yourself, you finally get to the last step: love. And really, this is all about finding true compatibility. It's not some kind of cosmic magic. It's simply the natural harmony that happens when two people who are well-matched come together. It's the beautiful outcome of being smart and happy first. So what's the end game here? What does this intentional, thoughtful approach to love actually look and feel like in the real world? Well, you can sum it up in 2 words: intelligent intimacy. At its core, intelligent intimacy is that sweet spot. It's where that incredible head-over-heels chemistry perfectly lines up with the day-to-day, practical side of building a life with someone. It's the fusion of romance and reality. And this isn't some abstract idea. In real life, it looks like enjoying the simple days, laughing and crying together. It's being each other's biggest cheerleader. It's knowing that when things get hard, you're a team. You face challenges together. These are the real, tangible signs of a deeply compatible partnership. You know, the writer Oscar Wilde summed this up so beautifully with just one question: who, being loved, is poor? It's just a perfect reminder that this kind of connection, this kind of love, is one of the richest things we can ever hope to have in our lives. So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a question to take with you. Looking back at your own journey, what is one lesson from your past that you can use to build a smarter, more intentional love story for your future?